Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here once again looking ahead to today's slates here for Tuesday, April 9th. Hopefully you guys all had a pretty good start to your guys' week on Monday. And yeah, it wasn't too bad for us over here. Hopefully you guys stacked that Mariner and Kansas City game because like I said, that total, it just skyrocketed. And man, Seattle is just on a tear right now. Don't know how long they can keep it up, but man, are they they're doing pretty good. Vogelback, Edwin Encarnacion, Jay Bruce. So yeah, they just got a pretty good team going on, and definitely good for fantasy purposes as well. And yeah, it wasn't too bad. Baltimore scored quite a bit as well, mostly bottom of the order, so it wasn't too popular in tournaments and stuff like that. Anyway, this was last night here for Monday. Once again, it was a W for us. Felix, he got hurt, so he screwed us quite a bit, but just barely won in double ups. But like I said, I'll still take it. I was the last cashing position. So, yeah, barely won that one. Not Jay Bruce, sorry. Bohr, I had him as my, I think, utility. There he is, first base, and he hit a late home run. And as you see there, he was only 1% owned, and that put me in the cash. So just barely got in there, but that was 4 straight days for MLB DK. So would love to have you guys come join us as normal. Sign-up days are Wednesday and Thursday. So tomorrow you will be able to sign up, and you will get in that day. So, yeah, 4 straight days on DK. Hopefully you guys come join us. Only $10 a week. Very, very cheap. And like you said, you see me almost every day showing you guys screenshots of winning some pretty good money. So, like I said, to get in on it, check out our Twitter in the comment section. Message us, say, hey, I want to get in on FanDuel or DraftKings, and we'll get you all set up on there. We are posting our lineups on Slack. We have been doing that for a while, so just keep in mind if you do want lineups, you will have to have Slack or create Slack. It's very easy to do that, and just makes it easy for us as well to get our lineups out there as quick as we can to everybody. So yeah, like I said, definitely not too bad. 4 straight there for DK. In FanDuel, it won in certain ones and lost in others, so I'm going to count it as kind of a tie because I won in some of them and then I lost in some of them. So it was one of those 50-50, just depending on where you played. So I'm going to give that one kind of a tie there for FanDuel. So that is it. Anyway, we got a 10-game slate here for Tuesday. So a pretty big slate here for Tuesday. Anyway, I'm going to be showing you guys my just brief projections that I made. No, I'm not using Fantasy Cruncher's projections. Some of them are the same, but I am using mine. And throughout the day, mine are going to change depending on the totals and stuff like that, who's playing where, and so on and so forth. So we'll go look at a couple of these. Like I said, some of them are the same, but that's just because, they just came out about the same. Throughout the day, they will be different. So, yeah, anyway, some totals. We got 9 total here. Got a 9 total with Kansas City. That may go up a little bit. Relatively low total in Arizona, which is surprising to me. Colorado, obviously, that's always going to be a high total there. So we got a couple good ones to look at. A couple low totals, some really good pitching matchups. 6.5 total over here in New York. And Washington only 7.5. So we got a couple good pitchers out there for sure. So anyway, let's go look at some of the top pitchers. We got DeGrom at a 67.9. The dude has just been crazy. 24 strikeouts, 2 walks. Minnesota can hit a little bit, but, it's Jacob DeGrom. The dude is very, very expensive, but hopefully he gets you 60-plus. If you're playing in tournaments, maybe go somewhere else because DeGrom's going to be so popular. And if he does suck for some reason, then you're going to be ahead of everybody in GPPs. But if you're playing cash, you got to put in DeGrom for sure. We got Garrett Cole. We saw what happened to Verlander. There wasn't pretty many good studs out there, so you had to pick him, and he didn't do that good. So Cole, I personally think he's a better pitcher than Verlander, but still Yankees are just a really good hitting team. And so we still got him relatively high. We got Nola as well, 37. You could definitely look at him if you want to. We got Zach Greinke at 30.75. Nothing too crazy. It's only 8.5 total, so I may put him up a little higher. But Texas, they can hit. They're not that good of a team, but they can hit the home run ball. They do strike out quite a bit as well with Gallo and Rougned Odor, so they can Greinke could get to 7 or 8 strikeouts. So I really don't mind him. German Marquez is taking on Atlanta in Colorado. He is doing pretty good to start out the year. As we all know, GPP only whenever pitchers go to Colorado, even if it's his home ballpark, because like I said, ball can fly there. We all know that. So he is in a pretty good spot, so definitely keep that in mind. Strasburg taking on Philly, kind of a hard matchup with Segura, Hoskins, Harper. So that's up to you guys. I'm probably not going to play him, but that's up to you guys. Next, we got Joey Lacuche. I don't know how to say his name. Anyway, he is a lefty taking on San Francisco. You can put him in there. Eric Lauer, I think that was who pitched. He didn't do too bad yesterday. So if you want someone a little bit cheaper and spin up for some bats, you can put him in there. I got him at 27. So I really don't mind putting him in there. Jake Junis against Seattle. I personally think he might do half decent in this one. Probably Mariners are going to score about 4 or 5 runs. I don't think they're going to score a lot. That's just me. He's really not that bad, but still don't have him projected too high. We got Freddie Peralta. You can go GPP with him against the Angels. For the most part, they're just terrible. Bohr hit one last night. Trout's been hot, but I don't mind taking a shot with Freddie Peralta here. You got Derek Holland against San Diego. He had, I think, 8 strikeouts his last time out against the Dodgers, or that could have been 2 starts ago that I watched that one. He did walk a lot. You can look at Fernando Tatis if you want to here against Derek Holland. So I don't mind a couple San Diego guys. But as normal, they're in San Francisco, not really a good place to hit. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Kyle Gibson probably going to lose, so I don't really like him too much. And most of these other guys are just not looking too good. So we'll go by position here, just quickly go through some of these guys, some of the top guys that we're looking at here. We got Mark Reynolds. If he starts, don't mind him against Max Fried, like I said, however you say it. If he's in the starting lineup, had a pinch hit home run last night, and as we all know, Mark Reynolds is a home run hitter, boomer bust, and he does relatively well against lefties, so I don't mind him at a relatively cheap $3,000, only if he's in the lineup here against Atlanta. Anyway, next we got Freeman, we got Edwin Encarnacion, Hoskins, Goldschmidt, some of the main guys up there. You got Matsy taking on Hudson, which is a lefty on lefty there. That's up to you guys if you want to go that way. LA's been hot. Don't mind a couple Dodgers against Hudson. Sorry, lefty on righty. My bad. And then we got Peter Alonso taking on Gibson. Don't mind him. $3,600. Chris Iannetta, I don't need him, but if you're looking DK, maybe you can put him in there only if he's starting. Then we got Vogelback. The dude's been hot, but I don't know about attacking Junis. Moving on here to second. We've got Ozzy, Whit Merrifield. I don't mind him against Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 3-0, but he has a lot of contact this year. So Whit Merrifield is excellent against lefties, so I don't mind putting him in there. And then we got Jose Altuve against Loanzaga. Sorry about that. I think that's how you say his name. I think he's a second-year Yankee. Not looking too bad on the year, but who knows? Houston can always get to him. So I don't mind him. Jonathan VR against a lefty there. Anderson not looking too bad this year, so we'll have to see there. Ian Kinsler didn't play last night. Should start in this one. He might get you 9 fantasy points in that one there. Maybe stack a couple against Gibson if you want to go that way in New York. But I'm expecting that one to be relatively quiet, so I don't know how many I want from that one. Don't mind a couple Milwaukee guys for sure in that late game against Harvey. Harvey just got rocked this last game, and we all know how Milwaukee is. So Mike Moustakas, Yelich, Ryan Braun, some of those guys. Don't mind a couple of them there against Los Angeles. And then we got, maybe a couple Texas guys against Greinke. Relatively bad ERA there for him with a 9.31. Like I said, it's kind of low there, 8.5 total. I might have to look at it, see what we're looking at, because we got Minor and Greinke. I don't mind Marte for Arizona, maybe against a lefty if you want to go that way. Moving on here to third. Got Nolan Arenado, some of the normal guys, Donaldson, Turner. We got Pinder. We do like him here against Baltimore with Means. I think that's how you say it. Relatively low ERA, but Pinder does hit lefties, and he's relatively cheap, so he might do half decent here for you. And also Chapman hits lefties as well. You can do Manny Machado against Holland if you want to go that way. So we'll just briefly go through a couple rest of these guys. Let you show who we're looking at. Mondesi, Story for sure hit a bomb, and we're expecting Colorado to hopefully get to Atlanta here tonight. They got to him last night, little too late, but still wasn't too bad. Who else? We got some cheap guys. Maybe Correa. Price is relatively cheap. Corey Seager is only $3,100, so you can maybe put him in there if you want to. And then a couple of outfielders. David Dahl, don't know if he's going to play, so we'll have to see on that one. I think he'll probably be out one more game. Probably just going to want to rest him a little more. Acuna, Yelich, as I mentioned, Trout, you can look at him. And then we got 3 straight Mariners right there with Santana, Smith, and Haniger. I do like Smith a lot on DK just because you get 5 points per steal over there, which is crazy. He had like 20-something points the other day for me, and I think he only got like 1 or 2 hits. So it's pretty crazy, Smith. I don't mind putting him over there. Like I said, Maldonado can throw pretty well, so I don't mind going with Smith. So, looking at it here, don't mind a couple from Baltimore Athletics game. Like I said, if you go get DeGrom, you're going to have to go get some cheap guys. As I said, Mark Reynolds is relatively cheap there for Colorado in a pretty good environment there. If you're not going to go DeGrom, definitely go stack the Milwaukee Brewers, a couple of those guys. Maybe a couple Mariners since they have been pretty hot. Maybe 1 or 2 Dodgers, 8.5 total. They should get to Hudson here. Don't mind going that way. Let me see here. Hudson 0-1 with a 5.4. So don't mind putting a couple Dodgers in there. So a couple Dodgers, maybe some Mariner stack, Brewer stack for sure. They're expensive, so you're going to have to go get someone relatively cheap for that one on the pitching side. And like I said, Colorado, as normal, don't mind a couple of those guys and that one there. So that is mostly it. Not too much to look at. Like I said, DeGrom, if you're going cash, and maybe, look at some of these other guys here for pitching, as I mentioned. I think kind of my mid-range guy would probably be Joey if you want to go that way. 41 fantasy points per game in his first 2. That's probably where I would go. And then next favorite down that low is probably Freddie Peralta. So if you don't want to go DeGrom, that's probably the 2 that I would go to after him. And besides, after that, it's just downhill from there. So once again, should be high scoring. Hopefully we can get our pitchers right because we've been killing on our hitters on DK. And just if we get our pitchers right, we should easily get 120 to 130s for sure. So that is it. As normal, love to have you guys come join us. $10 a week for FanDuel and $10 a week separately for DraftKings. Our sign-up days, as normal, Wednesday and Thursday. So Wednesday officially, which is tomorrow, you will be able to sign up and get in automatically for the Wednesday slate. So we'll love to have you guys come join us. Check out our Twitter in the comment section to get in on it, and we'll get you all set up. So that is it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys all here a little bit later.